What's up, dudes and dudettes in the internet? My name's Scythe and we are back here with some more RiME. Now, you remember at the end of the last episode, unfortunately, ran into some technical difficulties and we had to skip this area, which it's okay because we had to parkour around and everything like that. And that's pretty much all it was. It wasn't really anything too impressive. Not to mention the rain makes it a little bit gross. However, one thing that I will say kind of sucks about this area is while I ended up actually activating all these statues and getting them all ready, turns out that we're supposed to yell at each of them. So I actually had to go through the entire area a second time just to yell at each of the statues because I didn't actually end up activating them the first time. But in any case, how y'all doing today, folks? Hope you're doing fantastic, wonderful, and I hope this video makes your day even better because clearly you're already doing better than me. Because I don't know what it is, it's starting to get to that time where we're getting near the end of this game and I'm starting to make mistakes and it's starting to get a bit frustrating and drag out a little bit. So I'm hoping, as I already said at the last episode, I'm hoping that these last areas are probably going to be short and sweet and kind of focus more on story elements rather than, okay, why did he fall over? Whatever. This is the first time he's ever tripped. I don't understand what just happened there, but in any case, hello. Crying version of me. Is the fox going? Yep, there goes the fox. I mean, I called it at the beginning of the game. I knew that they would use him as the emotional, like, draw, right? Yep, there he goes. I mean, it's gonna be for the greater good, kid. You're gonna somehow get something out of it, right? Or is the darkness taking over? Okay. I am now Statue Boy. I don't know what's happening. Am I made of jade? Am I breaking free? Yes! The power. Wait, why am I darkness? Oh, we're like a shadow like the other character in the cloak. Okay. I may have called that too, that it was a time paradox and we were actually that character, but we'll see what's happening because this is getting pretty interesting at least. Why are we Shadow Link? And at least we still have our cape. None of these shadow characters seem to care. Okay, so we got two crying babies. Crying baby on the left, crying baby on the right. How does this help us out? How do we do anything? Thank goodness we have this cape, man. It single-handedly is the only thing that I can even see right now. Like, seriously. This way? Are we even climbing up stuff? I can't really tell. Like, seriously, you might not want to put us on such a dark environment when our character itself is pitch black. Like, really? It's just... Why? Why are they doing this to me? Okay, let's just climb through this and hopefully this is gonna somehow end up resolving and getting everything to work out. Somehow, because right now I'm just a climbing cape. Oh, goody. So this is one of those things that unfortunately we didn't get on camera, but I did talk about it in the last episode. There we go, that's more like it. You grab those things and they destroy a part of the environment. Oh. Okay, so we wouldn't have been able... Uh-huh. I get it. We wouldn't have been able to see that climbing point if we didn't have the light shining on it. I wonder if you could actually climb this ledge anyways, even if it didn't have light on it. I very much doubt it. And honestly speaking, I don't think I'll play through this game a second time. So it's not like I'm going to know. What the? Okay, that's a little bit weird. The music's also pretty crazy and strange and evil. Do we jump through the fire? Okay, he doesn't actually roar, he just, or scream, I mean, roar. He doesn't yell anymore, he's got a demon's yell. Also, hopefully it's not going to be too much of a problem, folks, but in the background, I do hear somebody using their lawnmower. So hopefully it's not going to end up showing in the mic. I don't think it's going to, especially with all the background noise that we've got in the game itself. Ooh, a spot where we're going to have to actually climb underneath. I like it. And I do like the fact, like, us being all shadowy and stuff is cool. Yeah, for sure. But only when we're in the light areas, dude. Like, that's the only spots where it actually makes sense. Because otherwise it's like, what is going on? I can't see. You just gotta trust me in this one. And just assume that I've jumped. Oh, as we scream as the kid, it like put out a torch. Okay. So we're the opposite of good. We are pure evil. And we don't even like the light. We scream at it and it goes away. Okay. What? What? I don't really know why we're in the mirror land, but that's fine. Oh, now we're Light Boy, right? Our clothes are all glowy and beautiful. So is the shadow already being cast by this thing in the center, or do we have to move it ourselves? Nope, we're still casting a shadow. Even though we're light ourselves. Whoa! Are we at the top of the tower? I think we are. Yeah, there's nowhere else to go, dude. In fact, we actually have to climb down. Now that's interesting because that means it's kind of cheap at the same time because it means we actually climb down to the second last floor is going to be the last floor. Nope, I think we're just done. Okay. At least it teleported him all the way down. Oh, is the tower reversed? I think it is. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, dude, even though the music's very beautiful, I can actually hear that lawnmower like crazy, so give me a minute to wait for the freak to stop. Yikes! These technical difficulties that we're having in this series are insane and frustrating. Oh my gosh. Is the last world going to be upside down land? That would actually be pretty cool, but also kind of weird at the same time. So did we sneak along the edges? Nope, doesn't look like it. That's pretty cool, but I'm very confused and curious. Is this going to end up being the last floor and potentially end up being the last episode? Because that rain area, that went by real quick, dude. Like really, really fast, which I'm happy for. But at the same time, I mean, the fact that I spent $40 on this game Canadian, which it's worth it. I would say it's worth it just because of how beautiful this game is, you know? You know, and if I actually cared about, like, replaying it for all the collectibles and stuff, achievement. No hope. Really? What the? Is this our father or are we? Okay. What? So it's a reverse roll? What's happening? So we were actually the father the whole time, and the kid's the one who went overboard. I mean, I kind of had a, yeah, and it's a coping story. Uh-huh. So does that mean we're dead? What is going on? What is going on? It's beautiful, but you gotta give me a little more than that there, dude. Okay. We are in the spirit world. I mean, it's kind of a beautiful story, but at the same time, I don't really get it yet. I guess that's kind of the point. And I did kind of call it all at the beginning of the game. But, I mean, it's not like most games are original anymore, right? So, it is a story about, coping. And that other cloaked character was our father, uh-huh. I don't quite understand, though. Is it supposed to... Oh, maybe we're haunting him? What the... Yes, I want to jump. I'm down for that. That place looks gorgeous, dude. Yes! Into outer space! Or is it supposed to be that we're passing on? I don't get it. Nah. What? And the key is going to be a chest to his son's things, which explains all of the keys and everything that we need. Oh, we got to play as him. Okay, I took a couple steps forward and now we actually seem to be locked moving forward. I guess we're gonna be going towards that chest thing. It's too bad we didn't have a cool environment like this to actually go out and explore. And then there's also a circle on the door, which kind of explains things. Uh-huh. Yeah, he can't let go. And for some reason, we're walking to close the window. Oh, I get it, because yeah, 2 seconds ago, we actually played from the spirit world, from the kid's room, and went over to the father's room, right? And now we're here and, oh, in the kid's room. There's evil bird monster. Let's just keep examining random things. There's the sun drawing. Yeah, that's why the sun symbol is so important. There's probably supposed to be some other references with all these books and stuff. I honestly don't really know what's going on. I'm pressing the buttons on everything, but he doesn't seem to actually like grab or do anything. So I guess that's it. I guess we beat the game and we just leave now. Like, okay. He doesn't actually see him though, does he? I don't think so. Okay. Is he letting go? Is that what's happening? I think we had a choice there. Because I just immediately pressed the joystick and then he like did the animation. I think we could have held on to it or something. I don't know. Letting go, yes. There goes the neighbor with the lawnmower again to ruin the moment. Thanks for that one, dude. Sorry about that, folks, but I am out of time as far as recording is concerned. I have to, like, yeah, and we're done anyways. Okay, so last episode's gonna end up being the shortest ever because there is no way that I'm gonna tack this on to the last episode just before this one. Because if we did, that episode would be like over an hour and it would take like 50 years to render out. So whatever, that's okay. We had a short, sweet ending there. As far as the game is concerned, yeah, it's a beautiful game to be sure, but considering the price, that's something that you can't really get past. The controls themselves, honestly, were a bit too sticky for my taste. I prefer platforming games that actually have a little bit more fluidity to it. It's tough to explain controls when you see it in a video, but needless to say, the way that it ended up working was rather than us jumping into an animation of him grabbing the ledge, it was like we would have to be in a certain proximity to the ledge in order for the character to even register as a switch, oh, this is a ledge that I can interact with. Because there was plenty of times where we ended up, you know, getting to these points that weren't exactly clear where we were supposed to go, just because of the fact that our character wasn't grabbing onto the ledge, right? But that's all there really is to it as far as complaints is concerned, like with the negatives, is just the platforming and controls were very stiff at times, and you know, because of that, it was a little bit confusing where to actually go in certain moments, and then also just the length of it, considering the price, like that, how do you actually weigh that option out? Still, I don't regret my purchase of this game or doing this series with all of you. I think that this was still an absolutely awesome game. And even though we did actually call the plot relatively early, I am still actually very happy with where they ended up going with the plot. I think that that was pretty cool, kind of to do the switch around where the dark figure that had the big cloak was actually, you know, was the actual character that was alive and going through it all. So still very cool, very sad. Like, seriously, I don't know what all of this text is. I don't speak that language. Oh, I see. It's talking about, like, oh, it's like memoirs or something. Well, in any case, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Very much appreciate it. Links will be in the description if you want to pick this game up for yourselves. The only reason to do that, I guess, would be to go through the game and try to get the collectibles, but we've already seen it, so I'm just going to uninstall and say a fond farewell and let go of it, right? See how I'm breaking the deepness of the moment with my jokeses? But in any case, yeah, fantastic game overall, just a bit too pricey considering what it is. But at the same time, I don't really feel that bad about the price, just because the quality of the content, like the graphics and everything like that, if I was actually spending my time to explore the environment and take a look at things, I think it would have actually been very, very cool. Now, that said as well, usually that's pretty typical in these types of games where the last two floors, you know, of the environment, or the last two levels, you just zing past them like super duper quick. And we ended up like that was a little bit disappointing. That actually ended up happening with another recent game that I played on the channel called Little Nightmares. And that was another game that suffered from the same thing that this one did, where the length of the game should have been a little bit longer, but not because the rest of the floors were lacking, because the last two stages were lacking. Little Nightmares was another game where each of the levels in the game were about 40 minutes, and then the last two levels were about 20 minutes each. Like this one, where each of the floors took maybe 40 minutes to an hour to complete, and then once we got to the rain, it was just like 20 minutes, you know, maybe 30 minutes of running around in circles to complete the quest, and then there was just the final floor, which doesn't even count as a level. Like, that was just the reconciliation of playing as the father character. But still awesome. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope that you enjoyed the series, and yeah, I hope that you have a fantastic day. And if you did enjoy the series, don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. Sign on and stay epic, everybody.